Again, we get right around. I get a drink. I guess it's always my round.
Can you get me that drink?
Friends, girls, they come and go.
You think you're nice.
Betrayed, remaining constant flow. See, she got cash. She has that movie boy. She
What's this drink
was
on?
on the side. You said I'm not confused. Your fruit is slightly bruised. You ever tolerate me? No, one love won't care again. You said I'm not confused. Your fruit is slightly bruised. You ever tolerate me? No, one love won't care again. Got a vicious tongue.
You talking to me?
Yeah, wish. Cough up below. Girl, you seem insecure.
You're an idiot.
Look at me. I think you're pure. Girl, get your aim right.
There's nothing wrong with me, babe.
Yeah, should get it right. You said I'm not confused. Your fruit is slightly bruised. You ever tolerate me? No, one love won't care again. You said I'm not confused. Your fruit is slightly bruised. You ever tolerate me? No, one love won't care again. We go round and round. I'll get the drinks. It's always my round. You said I'm not confused. Your fruit is slightly bruised. You ever tolerate me? No, one love won't care again. You said I'm not confused. Your fruit is slightly bruised. You ever tolerate me? No, one love won't care again.
In my days when I defined myself as a culture warrior, after I had renounced terrorism to the BBC no less in the 90s, time was a weapon I wielded. Time. Pre-programmed saying what it all comes out in the wash. And time is a great healer, no doubt. The games that have been directed in my direction, even in the most recent time, just had a realisation whilst having a piss. I could hear the neighbours having a piss. No matter which room I was in, I could hear it. But now I can't. It's still there. Although the bullshittery, the damsel in distress routine, the abuser. You see, I'm left with either I'm imagining it or it really happened. Well, it did really happen. I didn't imagine it. Then it's down to my perception of it and whether I participate in it. And actually I'm participating in it now by making this vlog about it. Understand that. That is participation, and therefore it is not something I would usually do. There are always something or other to every rule. I can't remember the words, so it must have been deleted, fortunately. It's like this Charlie Beach thing. I already suspected him a little bit myself. You know, standing there with a megaphone, shouting at police, a demonstration of freedom, and then he's so free he can do what he's doing now. And how free is that, really? I mean, well, it ain't, as far as I'm concerned. It ain't at all, and that's unacceptable. I don't get on with them anarchists. In fact, I reached a point with them where I took Anton LaVey's satanic rules of the earth. I said to him, listen, start applying these, will you, because your irresponsibility in your objectivity is pissing me off. They didn't like it, they never do. And the cops, who they claim to be opposing, though, what one will find if one digs deep enough pre-programmed saying is that they are resonating the same resonance as those they oppose, polarity, two sides of the same coin, they need each other, they justify each other's existence, and without each other they have no purpose in life. It's a sad state of affairs, and the unfortunate thing is, it is the state of affairs. I had the same thing at the hostel I was at, very suspicious. I mean, I'm not stupid, they know I'm not stupid, so they want me to know that they know I'm not stupid, and so what's occurring is obviously obvious. I'm not concerned. I've been living as an honest human for at least 6 or 7 years now. I mean, I know it's not a great deal of time in 50 years, though, when you've been as dishonest, abusive and psychopathic as I have. The previous 7 years is more important than the earlier 43, where psychopathy manifested itself from my abuses and corruptions, myself justified on the back of their abuses and their corruptions. And you know, I used to claim, well, they started it first, they've been doing it even before I got here. Thanks to destiny, I now realise that, well, it has been my rationale, that justification, though no less. I actually started abusing life at 6, 7 years old. I actually stole and was corrupt that early in life also, without anyone without anyone glamouring me as to being corrupt. Though I'm at the point in my own self-investigation where I find that stepbrother's rebellious streak seems to have glamoured me. Perhaps I'm taking it further back than that, though in my own experience of being abused, it comes back to 6 months old, if not earlier. There's an unknown in there, a known unknown. I know there's something I don't know. The people involved are all dead, so I can't get any direct evidence of anybody else, and there are people alive who might know, though they aren't to be trusted because they are part and parcel of agendas that want to impose their will upon me out of fear that their will is less than mine, and they fear my will, which I would be sympathetic in some ways to that. Although time will work its way, and I am honest, I am considering all life existent in everything I say, think and do, even when I don't. When I find I haven't, I will correct myself. I do correct myself. And my application's still got still questionable in some ways. Mother Nature tried to get me to give my message last night. I wouldn't do it. Back chat. Nature, mind demons. Back chat demons. Though I'm a message from nature. If man had any power, he could stop tsunamis, earthquakes, etc. in their tracks with awe, using his own rationale. Nature can stop him in his tracks with awe. So nature's in charge. If the rationale is man can shock and awe, and therefore as he can shock and awe, he is empowered to be the power, then nature is the power in that rationale, because nature can shock and awe, has done, has been doing since man played its shock and awe card. I mean, I don't want to get into specifics because people suffered, people got hurt, realities manifested themselves within the aftermath. It's still happening, though in that rationale, the shock and awe rationale, then nature is in charge. I bow to nature, man, though I don't, because nature doesn't want me to bow to it. It just wants to exist in dignity with me. It is me. I am it. Human nature, that's an interesting word, that is, or 2 words, isn't it, human nature, in that whatever man decides is human nature is human nature. Does nature work from that principle also?
You're so strong, baby, baby, come on, 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 baby, baby, come on. Love, from love, you can't feel love, you can feel love. Have you been loved? Have you been loved?